let's get started because I'm gonna go home. Hey everyone, and welcome to the Magically Dyed Yarns YouTube channel. My name is Sam.
And I'm Steph.
And we are sisters coming to you from southeastern Wisconsin, and we are the dyers behind Magically Dyed Yarns. Today we have, I just like rambled through that. Like that was pretty
really
quick.
fast, but you know, you can always slow it down if it's too fast.
Yes. If you guys want to, you can follow us on Instagram. We are at Magically Dyed Yarns. Is our Ravelry page public? I don't know.
I have not checked Ravelry because I do not use Ravelry. I do not actually finish projects ever.
You did.
I did. I have one. I'm very proud
I
of it.
have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 finished objects with me and 2 that I have gifted.
I have 1 finished object total. Yeah. But
and
I finished it.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4 works in progress. Works in progress right now, and then I have a future plan and an acquisition.
I have no acquisitions, but I do have my future plan.
So stay tuned and you'll hear all about it. So we will start with our finished objects. I'll let you go first because I have all of them.
Okay.
Let me get out some knitting.
So it's not going to take me very long. So I finished my market bag. Okay, so technically I still have to weave in the ends, but
that doesn't count. I'm
counting this as finished because it's like only 2 ends to weave in. But I'm very proud of it. It took forever because these stupid handles I could not get right. I twisted them twice. But
and instead of just ripping out the handle, she ripped out
the
entire bag.
second time I just ripped out the handle. And I just used the I always forget the name of it.
Sugar and cream.
They're 100% cotton yarn, and my kids picked out this color.
It's very patriotic.
It is, but it's really pretty. They're all about that. So not too bad of a pattern. Was really easy to follow. Besides my own twisting issues, it wasn't that bad. I finished the rest at work today. So so yes, that is my finished object. So we will be giving it to market, or
bringing it to our market.
Bringing it to our April market. If it doesn't sell, I'll probably just give it to somebody because I don't need a market bag.
It would not make a good candy bag for 4th of July.
No, it will not. I'd have to.
What if you lined it though?
I am not gonna line it.
Okay.
Because I think it'd be too hard to line. It would just not look good lined.
So that pattern is the French. Oh, it's not the French inspired market bag, but it's something similar to that.
I can pull it up
it's
on my
from Two of Wands. By All About Ami.
It is.
And we're gonna look it up real quick.
It's just a French market bag. Bag. That's all it is. But yep. So that's a free pattern. For that pattern we used a US 4 hook, which is weird when you're looking at letters because I have a G that's also a 4.5 hook.
The 4.5 or 4.25?
I think it's 4.25. Okay. But yeah, I have a G that's also a different size, but this is a 4mm. Let's see, and then I think yarn is just Lion Brand. Or no, we didn't use Lion Brand.
We didn't use Lion Brand, but that's the one in the pattern. It's their 24/7 cotton.
Yeah, we just use a different.
It's just the sugar. Is it sugar and cream? Why do I feel like that's wrong?
I'm gonna look that up too. I did not come prepared with that because I thought I knew and then I forgot.
It is sugar and cream.
Yarn.
Okay.
Yes, and that I
have a ton of it.
Yeah, I do too. I have a bunch of yarn. But that's it. That's my finished object. The end.
Super fun. Okay, so I will talk about the 2 that I don't have with me while I continue to knit my end of my row. I'm just knitting right now. I'm doing that. I'll talk about this one in a minute. So I finished a prayer shawl. And it was gifted. The recipient loves it and thought it was super, super thoughtful. So happy that, because you never know how those are gonna go. You never know if you pick the right colors or pattern. But I used the Beautiful Basic Shawl by Lion Brand. It's a free pattern on their website. And I knitted out of Joann's Big Twist Tweed in the color white.
And so it was a really nice neutral one. So
yeah. So I thought it would be. Yeah, I thought it was good. And the person likes it a lot. So I'm happy about that. How long did it take me? I think it only took me about a week to knit, 2 weeks to knit. I did use 2 of the balls, skeins, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. to knit it. I finished the first one and I did bind it off, and then I held it up, like I tried it on and showed my husband. I was like, I feel like this is really short. And he's like, yeah, it's pretty short. So I picked up my stitches. That's what it was. I picked up my stitches and I ripped out the bind off, and I added, I want to say half of the second skein ball, whatever, maybe a little more. But I ended up loving the length after that, and it looks really nice. I really like it. It's a really easy, like it's a basic shawl pattern, triangle shawl pattern. And I really like it. I might knit more of them eventually. Maybe not though. I kind of hit my shawl limit. My shawl limit is usually like one.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I did knit another one last year too that I gifted to my grandma for her birthday.
Well, that's true.
All right. So my second object that I don't have with me is a baby blanket. It turned out so cute. I was so happy with it. So it is the Ripple blanket by Daisy Cottage Designs, and I used Joanne's Big Twist. I just think that one's really easy, especially when you're gifting, because it's just acrylic, so you can throw it in the wash, you can dry it. It's not as fussy, especially with people who don't know how to care for wool. It's not a fussy yarn, and babies spit up a lot and they poop a lot. So having something that's machine washable, I think, is good.
I agree.
That one was a crochet pattern, and I believe I used a size I hook, which is was it an I? Maybe it was a J. I don't remember. It's whatever's in the pattern. I just followed the pattern exactly. I just swapped out the colors because I think the colors in the pattern are pink, gray, and white. And I used a cream, a gray, and a green.
It's very pretty. I like it.
I really like the way that one turned out. Apparently, it's just green baby blankets right now.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. I didn't pick these colors out, though. So this is what I'm working on a baby blanket right now. I'll talk about this in my whips. My next finished object is my Bean and Olive sweater for my daughter, Nora.
It's so good.
She picked out the color. She's already worn this. Her favorite way to wear this is over her orange Halloween kitty cat dress. Whatever, girl. You do you.
4-year-olds in color schemes, man.
It's fine. She loves it. She was so excited to wear it. So I knit the size 5 for her. And again, she was wearing this over the top of a dress. But it fit her like perfectly. I think it was maybe a tight bit snug, but it wasn't bad. I knit this out of our DK base, which is 100% superwash merino. And the color is Pretty in Pink, and Dreams Come True is the purple. Which the purple isn't available. I think the pink is available on Fingering and Mohair right now.
That's accurate.
So I knit the size 5. Once I finished the body, I tried it on her. I was like, okay, all I have left are the sleeves. She goes, Mom, I want short sleeves. I was like, okay, then I will just bind off the sleeves, and there you go. Because it is a yoke, so it does come down like a bit. So I was looking up how to do it because I'm not very good at making modifications. I don't quite know how to do it. So I was like, well, what can I do? Like, then I looked up a cap sleeve, and that's like if you have like a strappy shoulder where you're going to pick up the sleeve maybe and then do it. But since this is a yoke sweater, the sleeve is already like kind of far down her arm. So I just bound it off. I picked up the stitches. I did one decrease round, and then I just did a bind off. It's not very stretchy, but the hole is pretty large, so
it looks pretty big.
It fits her, and she loves it.
So cute. Oh,
and this pattern was by Andrea Mowry of Drea Renee Knits.
Of what knits?
Drea Renee.
Oh, okay.
Drea.
Okay.
I'm assuming her middle name is Renee.
You just said it really fast. I
did.
Don't understand.
Right. My last finished object that I don't have the name of the designer, but I can link it down below because it was a Pinterest pattern. My father-in-law, I knit him a hat a couple years ago, and I don't know if it was washed or what happened. He's like, it keeps riding up. He's like, can you make me a new one that's a little longer? I was like, of course. So this is his hat. This is the Argyle beanie. Right? Like, I'm sorry, I don't remember who. I'll have it down here somewhere, and I will also have the Pinterest page linked below. Free pattern. I use again, did I use Big Twist? Yeah, I use Big Twist in the color black. So it's a medium weight yarn. Yeah, medium weight. So worsted to Aran weight. And I used an H hook. And I ripped out this band, I think 3 times, and I had to redo it because I just kept doing it wrong.
Okay, so you did the base of the hat first, and then the band you attach?
No. So you do the band, you knit the band, or you crochet. You crochet the band flat in the ribbing pattern. Then you attach it together, so you do a slip stitch to join it into a circle, and then you pick up stitches around.
Oh, sure. So you finished this in about in less than a week then?
Yeah, it didn't take me very long.
Because last week when we filmed,
I did not want to talk about this.
She only had she had the band.
And I had to rip it out twice more after that.
Oh my god.
So
that's funny.
Yeah, once I sat down and did it, it took me, I think, 3 days just because some of the Argyle design on it, you will go down 2 rows to pick it up. I don't know why. Something was not clicking in my brain.
Well, it's also black,
and it's black.
Hard to see.
But it's done. I'm going to see him tomorrow. We're having lunch with my in-laws tomorrow. Tomorrow's Wednesday, so it's not like tomorrow when you're watching this, but I can give this to him tomorrow and make sure it fits him. If it doesn't, I will
rip it out again.
No, I just have to find the end at the top and then rip down and add some more rows.
Oh, okay. That's not as bad.
It's not a big deal if I have to. So that is all my finished objects.
10 hours.
Nope, it's not. I have 2 socks.
Hey, not
just kidding. I have 2 more socks. But it's 2 socks. Okay, so I finished my Follow Your Path socks. This is a pattern by the Crazy Sock Lady. I knit the size medium, which is a 64 stitch. I did 2x2 ribbing for the cuff. I don't know if that's in the pattern. I like a 2x2 rib for cuffs. I did that for 20 rounds. I think I did 50 rounds for the leg. An eye of the partridge heel flap. And this is knit to a size 9 foot. And then just this toe. It's the toe in all of the patterns I own, except for one. I don't know what the technical name of this toe is.
Toe.
It's a rounded toe. I don't know. The yarn I used was Stroll Fingering from Knit Picks in the color Taffeta. And this is their hand-painted yarn. What that means, I don't know, but I like it. It's pretty. I knit these for my mom. And they are both done, and I knit them on US 1 2.25 millimeter needles, 9-inch circulars. So
very nice. I like the patterning in it.
I do too. I like the mini cables that run through it. They are just really nice. Yeah, I really like that pattern. It was really fun to do.
I picked out a sock for you to knit on cables, and then we sold out of the yarn, and I was too lazy to actually dye it back up.
Well, you just have to dye me one, and I'll knit it.
It's too long.
Or I'll dye one. It's not a big deal. Okay.
No, I'm just kidding.
My last finished objects. I did not have this one finished last week either, and I finished it. But I completed my January. This is what is the technical name for this? I have my next
Return to Hogwarts.
That's the name of the colorway, yes.
Oh, okay.
But it is the Hogwarts Order of Magical Makers Club from Bumblebee Acres. And this was Return to Hogwarts. This is the little, it's pulling out a bit. But this is the sticker that it was based on.
With all those stickers?
I don't know. I could get a water bottle.
Oh, there you go.
And put them on there. I gotta drink lots of water, so. So this is on their Coquette sock base, which is it's a 75% superwash Corriedale wool, 25% nylon, 3-ply yarn and fingering. There's 434 yards to 100 grams. And I have about this much left over.
It's quite a bit.
Yeah. I'm happy. I was honestly, as I was knitting it, I just felt like I was using so much yarn. I don't know why.
It's super plushy.
It's kind of heavier. It's heavier than what I usually work with. And so I was like, I'm gonna run out of yarn. What am I gonna do? And I had plenty. And so I knit these second breakfast socks by Sock Witchery, which is just, it's so squishy. Just squish it.
It is very squishy.
I have knit this pattern before. I love it. I will continue to knit it.
Is that what you use for my socks?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I love those socks.
They're so squishy.
My Stephen King one?
Which was also a colorway by Bumblebee Acres.
It was. Because
Christine.
I got to pick that one out. Yeah. Creepy book, but Stephen King.
It was a really pretty color.
It's a very pretty color. I just wore them, otherwise I'd have them.
Ooh. And I knit these on 9-inch circulars, US 1 2.25 millimeter. That's pretty much how I knit all of my socks. It's my preferred method. Yeah, a lot of people, I feel like they do, but they don't. Like, they'll rotate through methods that they like. My gauge when I knit magic loop, it changes. It's looser. And I'm just like, what happened? Why is this sock so big? But I get the fit I like with 9-inch circulars, and then DPNs. My DPNs fall out, and it just frustrates me.
So interesting. We used 9-inch circulars when we used our DK socks.
No, we used magic loop.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Okay, sorry. We used magic loop.
Yeah.
But I didn't use DPNs.
No.
We just used magic loop.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't have to worry about it. So when you were worried,
but my gauge is pretty good when I'm using magic loop with DK yarn.
Sure.
I don't know. I don't understand.
I don't know.
Understand. I just go with it.
Let me stop and count eventually because I'm gonna knit too many rows.
Okay. Well,
I'm not gonna do that now.
I'll let you go next, and you can talk about your work in progress because I have a lot more than you do.
You do. All right. So clearly working on this. This is my whip. So I'm just making a vanilla sock by the Crazy Sock Lady. The pattern I'm using is on YouTube. So I'm just kind of following along with the directions, especially because I only made one sock, and that was on, what was this pair of socks? And that was on Magic Loop. So this is my first on the 9-inch circulars, and I'm using the US 1.
Yep, US 1 2.25
millimeter,
not milliliter, millimeter.
Millimeter needles. So I am working on the leg. I'm going to do a 60 round leg. This is my cuff, and that's a 20 round cuff. And I am also doing the 2x2. I tried doing single, and I just don't like the way it looks. I like the more dimensions you get with the 2x2. So that is what I'm currently working on. I also have my next bag started. Same brand of yarn, different color picked out by a different child. I think this is Lily.
I could see that. It looks like mermaid, so it must be Lily.
Yeah, so this is Lily's. So it's gonna look very mermaidy. So that's what I'll also be working on, kind of in between the sock, because I'm gonna get to the heel on this pretty quickly, and then I have to switch over to DPNs.
Yeah. The yarn she's using is one of ours. Well, it's not an official color. It was one of our test colors for her I almost said Stephen King. Her Stephen West shawl from this past year.
Which is in hibernation at the moment.
Yes.
But I plan on taking it out once we do finish mark it up.
That is on our fingering base, which is a 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon.
Yep.
And it is the most prettiest teal that we didn't set, so it does her hands.
Yeah, I think I passed most of the stuff, so my hands are no longer dyed last week. When I was working on it, my hands were bright blue. So
funny.
We'll see as we kind of go along through it, because this is stuff I've worked with, because I've ripped out a bunch of times, so it's been pretty worked. Yeah. So it's stuff.
You've rubbed off all the dye.
No, it's still pretty dyed.
No, it is.
Well, we'll set up before.
I was gonna say I'm
gonna finish knitting, and then
I would wash it. We'll see if it bleeds, and if it's bleeding a lot still in the water, then we can just reset those socks.
Otherwise, I like the color, so I dyed this one up. It was fun.
It's very pretty.
So those are my two things.
Maybe that will come to the shop eventually.
No, I don't even know how to dye this anymore.
Oh yeah, you just kept adding things to the pot. She's dyeing her next month yarn. We'll talk about that.
We'll talk about that later.
I will talk about all of my whips. I don't think I have notes on any of these whips because they are all new from last week. Are they all new? Yep, all of them are new. No, I kind of talked about this one. So I'll start with what I'm working on. So this is a baby blanket for my son who has not yet been named because he's not born. I'm 32 weeks as of the 7th. So I think that's the day that this is going to go up. It'll be 32 weeks, 8 more weeks at most, hopefully. And then he will be here. Super excited. But this is, let me see if I have notes on this. My husband, I let him pick out the pattern and the colors because why not?
It's so pretty. He did a nice job.
He did a really good job.
Ooh, I'm going to kick this over.
Don't kick over my tripod. Okay. So, sorry, I'm in the middle of a round. I'm knitting on it. This is the Looks Like Plaid Baby Blanket by Candy Lou Creations. I am knitting it on US 8 5mm needles. It worked up so quickly. I'm actually doing the garter ridge at the top, and then I'm going to be binding it off. So I'm on like the last little bit of it. And I'm knitting this using Karen 1 pound in the color Hosta, and I don't have the ball band for the other color because it just fell off because I used more of it. But and this one,
very nice,
and I like it. It's very soft. This is I can just look on this one. I believe it's 100% acrylic. So again, just ease of being able to wash it when it gets dirty, because babies are dirty. So.
Well, and also that baby has lots of siblings.
Yes, he will.
And siblings are dirty.
Yes, siblings are dirty. I don't know why I'm going to pick this up tonight. I've got more to talk about. But I really, really like this pattern. It was a free pattern on Pinterest. Yeah, and I really like it. The only thing I was telling my husband today before I came here was if I would have taken this garter section and did that the entire time with the greens. So it kind of separated it by blocks.
Sure.
Because you do 12 rounds of garter for the, like a border almost. And then I did 20 rounds of the variegated yarn in the pattern, and then 10 rounds in the green. And I just alternated 20 and 10, 20 and 10, 20 and 10 for the length. We decided this was a good length. It's like a nice car seat stroller size blanket.
I mean, he's gonna be more in the springy, almost summer. So
see, I was thinking that too, but then it snowed on my wedding day.
That's like one day
in the middle of May.
It'd be fine to have like a little blanket.
That's true. Yeah. So I really like it. It's very soft and squishy. I'm gonna put it through my washer, like on a delicate cycle, and then pin it out because my ends kind of are curling. They're just folding at the line where it switches from the garter to the knit, or to the stockinette. So I was gonna pin it out just so it would stay pretty for pictures. And then I won't care anymore. Okay, so that is my first work in progress. My second one that's gotten the most attention this past week is my sock. So this is knit out of our Mist and Fury colorway. It's being very, very blown out.
Yeah, it's not.
It is not
nearly as.
I think that's about right.
Yeah,
that's a little better. That's the true color, but I want to show you the pattern. I love it.
The pattern is really cool.
This is the, I just want to get the name right. Yeah, it's the Lycophyte Sock by Sock Witchery. So this is the cover. I'm knitting size medium, so again, it's a 64 stitch cast on. I really don't pay attention to the cuff patterns because I like my 2x2. So I just did 2x2 ribbing for the cuff for 20 rounds. And then I did 7 repeats of the lace. And it does have ribbing on the back of the sock until you hit the, I guess I'm not as far as I thought I was. And then just stockinette on the bottom. And like I said, this is our Mist and Fury colorway, which unfortunately is no longer available because it was our January book of the month color. Love Mist and Fury book. So good. So excited to reread it.
I haven't listened to the podcast at all.
So good. It's on our fingering base, so 75-25, super wash merino nylon, 462 yards to 100 grams. And I'm just going on it. Like, it's a really, so it's an 8-round repeat. Well, not a repeat. It's 8 rounds per section. Okay. So I just do a repeat and then I'll do another repeat. And then I get stuck and I just keep doing repeats. I think that's why I like patterns. Because I'm like, oh, I can fit one more row in. Oh, well, I'm almost done with the whole repeat. Might as well just finish it.
Yeah.
So, and that is currently being held in a bag that I got from my Aunt Sandy. And it's got Mickey and Minnie on the inside. And I'm knitting those on US 1 2.25 millimeter 9-inch circulars.
Oh, am I supposed to show my bag?
Oh yeah, show your bag.
Okay, my aunt also made this one.
It's so pretty. I love this bag so much.
I get a lot of compliments on this one because it's got all the classic Disney characters and or movie posters. It's really good this way. I really like these bags a lot because they have inside pockets.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then she even gave me like a
pouch.
A pouch, so I can just throw a bunch of crochet hooks in there, as well as the millions of different these thingies.
Oh, stitch markers.
Stitch markers, because I
constantly
get
you them. I need to buy those.
Okay.
They're like $9.
I can buy them. I'm too lazy.
All right. Oh, and then my blanket is being held in this Target bag. It's a reusable Target bag.
But I was able to throw like 3 projects in here, so
I mean, just kind of shove them in there.
So, I was like, what do I want to work on today?
All right. The next one. I started, if you follow us on Instagram, you'll have seen this. If you don't, what are you doing? Go follow us on Instagram. But I started stockings for my family. My husband, when I was knitting a lot in December, he's like, why don't you knit us something that we need, like, stockings? Like, and I'm like, well, I could. It's a lot of color work. It's fine. So this is how far I am on the first one. I just started. And then, did I? No, I didn't. Okay. Yeah, so,
okay.
I mean, I just started the first chart. I'm a little over halfway through. It will eventually look like this. So it is the Ginger Mint pattern by She Thinks She Can Designs.
That's fine. She thinks she can.
So yeah, I'm just up there. I just started this like 2 days ago.
How's the color work? Like, what do you feel about it?
So because you do, what did she call it? I've never done this before, where I did ribbing in 2 different colors. A corrugated. It's a corrugated rib. I don't know. There's 2 colors in it. So I couldn't, because I was purling, I couldn't hold my yarns the way that I was holding them to knit color work and both in one hand, because I'm a continental knitter, and English style, it doesn't make sense to me. So I hold my yarn in my left hand.
I hold my yarn in my left hand.
You do a weird continental knitting, yes. And throwing with my right hand is just really weird, but I have to throw with my right hand when I knit this. And I'm getting more comfortable with it. I think the color work actually looks pretty decent.
Yeah.
And my floats are not that bad. I figure they don't need to stretch too much. It's not a wearable thing, so I wasn't too concerned about the floats.
We've not done a ton of stuff in there.
No,
cares?
And we don't. We usually...
There's decoration.
Yeah, we usually don't do stockings or St. Nick's or anything because I forget. That's the only reason why I forget until it's like the day before and everyone's like, oh, St. Nick's is tomorrow. And I'm like, oh.
They do candy that I want to eat anyway, so.
So I'm making all of them, but we will be a family of 6.
It's a lot of stockings.
It's a lot. And this is number 1. And it is very slow going.
What are you knitting it on?
Oh, I'm knitting it on US 2.5. 2.75 millimeter magic loop on my, these are my Reflections needles by Knit Picks, and I don't like them. So you can kind of see that's the join to the metal part, and it's like barely hanging in there.
No.
And so
sad.
I will, if it does break, I will switch back to my Chow Goose, which I do have a size 2 in, I think. If not, I may just buy Chow Goo. But I am very disappointed with their lace set. I love, so this is also on the Knit Picks Reflections, but it's on their larger sizes. And I don't have the same problem. It's only on their lace, yeah. It's only the lace set. I think it's just because the cord is so thin. It's just not holding right. But if you have any other needle suggestions, please let me know, because, again, I'm very just disappointed in the lace.
You're so excited for those, too.
I was. I got them last year for my birthday. And I've already broken one cable. I did learn you can buy the cables on Knit Picks. I did find it. But I'm like, if I'm already having this much trouble with them, why would I want to invest more money on a product that I am not finding up to my standards, basically? It just keeps breaking. Why would I want to keep going back to it? So that's my little, I'm very sad. I really wish, I love Knit Picks. So I'm very sad about that. I don't like those needles. Anyways, back to my knitting. So these are the 3 colors that I am using.
Love that blackish gray color.
So I think this is very, very close to our Stonewall color, if not our Stonewall color.
That looks way darker. I thought it was darker.
Because I have some DK dyed up on our Stonewall to knit a hoodie eventually. Sure. And it matches. So
okay. Well, there you go.
It might be slightly darker. And this was a red we had last year for Christmas. And then this one is just a bear. And this is on Knit Picks Stroll Fingering. And I don't remember the yardages because it's been a while since we carried that in the shop.
Yes.
But I'm enjoying it. I'm getting better with the color work. I'm getting more comfortable. I'm getting faster.
Oh, that's good.
But because of where that joint is kind of separating, my yarn does keep snagging.
Oh, that's annoying.
Maybe I'll just do it. Maybe I'll just switch over to the Chow Goose.
Well, especially because you have so much color work to do.
And I have 6.
Are they all going to be the same?
No.
Oh.
I had everyone except for obviously the baby.
Didn't let your unborn
child. Let the unborn child pick his stocking pattern. No, I have 6 different patterns that I bought. She did have a sale where if you bought, was it 5 or 6, you got a discount. You got one for free.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah, so instead of like it was like a make your own bundle basically.
Oh, sure.
But I'm talking about him, so now he's kicking me, by the way. It happens all the time. Yeah, he's like, Mom, let's go home. I'm very excited to go through, and I am getting faster with the color work. I'm getting more comfortable with throwing the yarn, which I am excited about because I really want to knit a color work sweater by the end of the year. I already have the pattern. It's the Rue sweater by Crayabea. I really want to knit it. It's so pretty. I'll insert a picture of it and then I'll show it to her after we're done recording. Okay. Last work in progress, guys. We're almost there. I'm sorry. I had castonitis last week because I was so close to finishing all my projects. I think I finished a lot of them. And I only had socks on the needles. Did I even have socks? No, I don't even think I had my Mist and Fury socks cast on at that point. And I was just like, I need all new projects to work on. This is an old one though. This is my old project. This is my Sweet Shop blanket by Penrose Knits. And I added in these 2 squares since the last time I showed it. So both the blues right here.
So nice.
I love this pattern. Yeah, it's a DK weight pattern. Yeah, Sweet Shop blanket by Penrose Knits. I'm using my 31 Residents of the Haunted Mansion box, Halloween box from Fangirl Fibers. I have hair in here.
Lots of hair in that one.
Lots of hair in this one. This one has been ripped out and restarted. That's why. But my goal is to get caught up by the next time we record. I have, I think, 8 more colors.
Okay.
And then I'll be caught up to where I ripped it out. And so I'm knitting that on a US 6. I don't have anything on this because I didn't pick anything up. US 6 4mm needles. I think this is a 16-inch, 24-inch cable. It's a very easy pattern. It's not mindless because you're doing increases and then decreases. So it's not completely mindless, but it's very, very easy and very repetitive. So it's really nice. And again, that is on a DK base. So I'm holding my fingering weight. It's not an advent.
I don't know what you'd call that.
I don't know. But I'm holding that one double, and then I'm holding for the gray is our silver lining on DK. And I think
is that it?
That's it. I think that's all I want to say. I really do like that pattern. I really want the blanket. That is because it does take a bit of time. That is definitely, like, it's one of the knits that I want the finished object though.
Oh, sure. So what you're going to be doing when you're in labor.
I was debating. I was talking about that with my mom today. I was like, so the first time I was in labor, it was like all brand new, so super exciting. The second time in labor, it was just really painful. And then the third time I was buying things on my phone. So I'm like, I'm probably going to be knitting this time. What do I want to take with me when I go into labor?
Well, when I was in labor with Lily, it was pretty easy. And I could have been, like, playing a game or doing something. Like,
yeah.
She was an easy one.
Yeah. My labors they're not terrible. I will say, obviously they're painful, but they're not terrible. They go fairly quickly. I think my longest labor so far was 12 hours. Hers was like 27.
26, and they still had to cut her out.
Yeah.
Stubborn child.
And
but I love her.
Yeah. I mean, it's just something you got to get through. It's 1 day. It's 1 to 2 days of pain and whatever. You just got to make it through. Anyways. So, future plans, because that is on my whips. That is everything I have. Future plans. What is your future plan? Because I have not heard this, guys. Like,
I told you last week. I want to work on my vanilla socks so I can use my Harry Potter and do something fun.
That's right. She did.
My sister-in-law for my birthday got me a very pretty Harry Potter yarn.
Are you gonna make socks with it?
I do want to make socks with it. So I want to find a cool.
Okay. I know you want to do cool. I know you want to do cool, but I would suggest doing Sock Witchery String of Lights pattern as an introduction into a patterned sock.
Okay.
It's a very, very simple pattern, and it's really pretty.
Wait, so I get to do simple now? You're not just going to throw me in there having never knit before? Here, knit a pair of...
Fine, you can learn how to do a cable.
Color striped socks.
You can knit...
Here, the second thing you're going to knit is a giant shawl.
You know what? The shawl was not that bad.
Okay, I just have to pick it up because it's...
The shawl was not that bad. Telling someone to start knitting a pair of socks with no experience knitting.
And two colors.
Idea. Yeah.
That was, yeah.
That was fun. Yeah, not my brightest.
Now. I just
not my brightest.
It's okay. We made it work. I did knit my DK socks and completed those. I do have to fix a toe. I think I got lazy, and so the toe started coming out. Like, I don't think I didn't secure it.
That's okay. Enough. Yeah, that happens. You're learning. It's fine.
I have to go back through and find a needle and do that. Okay. But Maddie has lots of projects. My daughter's birthday, so it was a couple weeks ago. So her great grandmother got her all the projects in the world. So she has diamond kits, and
I got her projects too.
Auntie Sam got her projects, and we have a sewing kit upstairs.
A sewing
kit?
It's
a felt one where you can make little stuffies, and I'm like,
that's so cool.
But you have to cut out the felt too, and I'm like, this would be fun. But spring break, you know what?
There you go.
We can do some, but she has to finish her blanket first. She has my problem. She doesn't finish things, and she jumps to something else.
So for her birthday, I got her a Harry Potter perler bead pattern book and a big bucket of perler beads,
which is sitting on my top of my. Although I could probably move.
Because I got her something similar for Christmas.
Yeah, and she loves it.
Yeah,
she's already picking up patterns, but we just haven't had time to sit down and do anything right now.
Yeah, I mean, their spring break is coming up in like 2 weeks.
Yeah,
so we'll have time. I got my son 4-pack of puzzles to do, and then we're gonna
take him a half an hour.
We're gonna get him some books from the library that he'll all read in 1 day.
Yeah, she doesn't like.
He did pick up my reading habits. Okay, but
read all the things all at once.
He's like, Mom, how fast do you think I can finish this book that you got me today? Oh, I finished it in like an hour and a half.
Like, he's good at reading though.
He's gotten so good at reading. I'm so proud of him. Okay.
Okay.
Anyways, so my future project that I will be casting on as soon as I finish, I don't know. So probably my blanket and the sock. I will be casting on the let me fold this in half. The So Summer shirt by Jessie Made Designs. Yeah, I think it's just so, and then this is what I dyed up.
I love it. I love that color.
So pretty. I was like, is it gonna look good? I think it will. I like this color.
It was very pretty. Really nice.
So we gotta think. I was thinking lilac.
Yeah, it looks
so I think we're gonna name this lilac, and this will be coming to the shop because it will be. I like it. It's really pretty. It's a very nice spring color too.
It is
a spring summer color. So
as soon as you take pictures,
as soon as I take pictures, I will. So
I'm looking at this.
That is my future project that I'm very, very excited about. I am very happy because I'm like, I don't like crop tops. I've never liked crops. That is just my style. I don't like them. I like having a full shirt. I understand it's extra yarn. I understand why people do crop tops. I think they look really cute with high-waisted jeans, which I cannot wear because they hurt me. They do. They're not comfortable. I don't find them comfortable.
I keep trying to pull, like every time I wear something that's cropped even a little bit above my pant line, I spend the whole time pulling it down.
Yeah. Or people wear them over dresses, which again is really pretty, but I don't really wear dresses. So
wear it over your black dress, your black summery button.
Yeah, I was thinking that too, but
that'd be like one outfit.
I don't know if it's gonna fit. And then so I am very lucky in the fact that I can breastfeed, and so I have exclusively breastfed all of my children so far, and that dress is also not conducive to breastfeeding. Sure. So, but the shirt is. It is a very. I think there's 6 to 10 inches of positive ease on it, and so it is. So you take your bust measurement and then you add 10.
Oh, okay. I was
you add 6 to 10.
What? Those are words, I think.
Those are words. So the last time I took my measurements, which was before I got pregnant, I was at 38. And so it probably has changed. I was going to size medium. I did go through and highlight the medium sizes, because that's typically what I wear, is a size medium. And so my bust measurement was a 38. I have not taken it again. So when I knit it up, it should be a 44. That's the finished garment bust size.
Oh, I see. Okay. Gotcha.
We're learning things here.
Sorry, guys. I'm making socks,
which have negative ease.
Oh, okay.
All the fun things. We'll talk about it. We'll get there. I'm very excited. I think this is really cute, and there is instructions on how to lengthen it in the pattern, so that way it is not cropped. But it's bottom up, and I tend to prefer to knit top downs. So I didn't know that when I bought it. I'm gonna knit it anyways. I don't care.
So you probably still would have bought it.
So I have knit a garment bottom up before, and that was my summer court tank by Dragon Horde Designs, which I did have issues with when it came to like the underarm part and decreasing there. I had to add more decreases across the back to get it to fit snugly, so it wasn't like that.
Not like a tent.
Yeah. But I just added some extra decreases in the back, and I love that tank top so much. It's so cute. But that's my only plan that I have so far. I mean, I have more. I've got like 5 more things I want to knit, but I'm trying to just be like, okay, one at a time. So my other thing that I do want to knit that I'll probably cast on very, very soon. So if you have not received the Bumblebee Acres Hogwarts Order of Magical Makers February Yarn Club, because I just got it yesterday. But they already did a spoiler on in one of their emails, so I don't feel bad. But look away. I'm going to show it real quick if you don't want to be spoiled and you haven't gotten yours. So this is the color. I'm not going to talk about it. I'll talk about it next time.
And there's already hair in it.
Of course. So that's the name. All right, I put it down now. Oh, wait. Look away again, because I'm going to show the sticker. So that's the sticker it's based off of. So I think it's so pretty. I think it's a very, very nice Eastery color.
Yeah, it actually it is.
So we won't talk about it though, just because it is very, very early in the month. I mean, it's February, but they ship it at the end of February. I did already order my March one. Because the pre-orders close on the 7th, so it'll be closed by the time this goes up.
Oh, sure.
So I love it though. I'm so sad though. So in the email that I talked about where they did have that colorway already spoiled, which was just weird because I literally got it yesterday. And I live very, very close to their farm.
Oh, yeah.
They're in northern Illinois and I live in southern Wisconsin. But they had their Patreon yarn was for the 13.
Oh,
from Throne of Glass. And I'm like, oh, I can't.
If I actually knit more, that would be because I love.
We can't get it because it was their Patreon for January.
No, and I'm not a Patreon because I don't even knit that much. I'm not gonna be a Patreon to something.
It's their Patreon yarn, and it had the quote. I actually wore my shirt that has the same quote on it last time when we first tried to record this episode, where it's where the 13. I can't remember it now. It was like from now until the darkness claims us.
Yeah,
and I was just like, I want it, but I can't have it, but I want it. So
that's sad. I do love the 13.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I love them.
We're gonna transition into book club.
Yes, we will talk about our book club yarn first, and then we will talk about books because I think that would be a good segue.
That would be.
So our book club for March is Fourth Wing. I'm wearing my Fourth Wing shirt. I wore this to my last OB appointment, and my midwife was like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "It's from a book." It says, "I will not die today."
Which also, you said your son had questions.
My son. He's in first grade. He can read. He can read now. So he read it. He goes, "I will not die today." He's like, "Mom, what does that mean?" And I'm like, "It's from a book. Don't worry about it." I love this sweatshirt. It's got dragons on the back too. I can't twist anymore, but
you can see both
sorry.
dragons.
So our book club March colorway is Fourth Wing. We are currently sold out, so I plan to have this video go up on Thursday, March 7th. On March 8th, we are having a restock. So keep an eye out for that. It is a very pretty variegated tonal. I don't know what you want to call it. Gold.
Yeah. Fade. It's a fade.
It is a fade. So it's light gold into a deeper gold. Mm-hmm. Kind of like the book. Kind of looks. It's obviously a different color. It's not as metallic-y as the book is. I have not learned how to do that.
Why not?
I don't know if you can, but if you can, I have not learned how to do it.
You have to make your own yarn and then just interweave like the metallic strings.
That kind of sounds like a stellina.
Yeah.
Put it on a gold stellina. That would have been real pretty.
Yeah, then we'd have had to buy stellina yarn.
Then we had to buy stellina yarn, and we don't carry that base. Sorry.
No.
I love Fourth Wing. It was one of my. It was. I don't want to say it was my favorite read because I had a couple favorite. I had two favorite reads that like just. I'm done. So it was that one and Mist and Fury, where I was done. And then but then again, I also read the entire Throne of Glass series last year.
I like Throne of Glass better than Mist and Fury.
I think Throne of Glass it's my favorite series. As a whole, that is my favorite series. I'm
getting my book and I'll probably pick it up on Wednesday from the library so that I can do my tandem read a little bit faster. Because right now I like had my phone because I was playing a game. My Kindle and then a physical copy of the other book. And Chris is like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Well, I'm reading both of these books at the same time."
Okay, I'll talk about this more in our book section because we're just talking about yarn.
Yeah, sorry.
Next month, Stephanie is dyeing up our color for April. I don't think we'll spoil that until next episode, though.
Okay. Sounds good.
And then we will tell you guys what it is. We're very excited. I'm very excited to see how it turns out. Hopefully she can recreate it.
It'll be interesting. I'm going to have to just dye all 3 skeins and be like, once we're done, we're done.
This is all I can do, guys.
Hey, I recreated my last month's
You
colorway.
did! I'm so proud of you.
And I dyed it with a fever.
Nothing will beat my pretty and pink with a fever.
Nope, it will not.
Oh, jeez. Yeah. Anyways, we're so grateful to everyone who bought the Fourth Wing so far. And again, we are working on a restock. It's just we are dyed to order, but we have an allocated number of skeins per month towards a colorway that is based on what we typically sell. And the past 2 months, we've sold out quicker than we thought. So maybe we're going to have to start upping that number.
Yeah.
Which is super exciting.
That is very exciting. Yeah, we sold out of that one in 4 days.
Yeah.
So by the morning of the 4th, I'm like, we're out.
Speaking of which, since our shop is doing so well on Etsy, we are going to be switching away from Etsy. We did our taxes and we realized how much of fees that Etsy was taking out.
Yeah.
And it was disappointing. So we're going to be switching over to, I don't know, I'm going to let her talk about it because she's doing it.
So we're hoping, I have the store up already. So if you are interested in purchasing on Shopify, you actually may find colors that we aren't listed on Etsy because I don't update it very often. I don't have a ton up there. But their fees are considerably cheaper. It's a flat fee per month. And the only problem with it is obviously it's easier to advertise on Etsy because you can just search, where Shopify you need the store link, which is also on our link tree. So you can find that on our Instagram. And our link, that's our link, it goes to our link tree. So we'll have our Etsy shop, our Shopify shop, and what I think Pinterest.
I'll have her send it to me and I will link our Shopify and Etsy down below for now. I think our plan is to fully transition in April.
Yeah, we'll see. I think we'll still kind of keep up what we have just to kind of sell out through Etsy so people can then have a couple of months to transition over to Shopify. Just be like we said, the fees are just kind of outrageous, especially because they don't really do a ton to help. Like, you still have to pay for marketing if you want your stuff promoted. Their seller, like, to be on their top seller, like, unfortunately, we have people that buy from us that live really close, and I'm not paying for postage. So we get docked on that.
Yeah.
So it's really unfortunate.
Yeah.
But so we're gonna hopefully transition over to Shopify, promote that a little bit more on our Instagram.
So maybe we'll say May because I'm gonna need to take a break.
Really? You have to take a break when you have a baby?
Yeah. So maybe after the break is when we'll try to fully transition over to Shopify.
Yeah.
So. But thank you. I'm so grateful though because it's been like everyone's continued support that we're able to do that.
Yeah.
So, all right. So that is it for Yarny stuff. So if you stayed this long, I don't think it's been an hour.
No, we talked for
we talked for a bit.
Yeah.
Before
it's been pretty much an hour though. Like we've had a lot of stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
I mean, you have. I kind of just.
So if you stayed this long, thank you so much. A little teaser though. So April is my birth month and we will be having a sale in our Etsy shop to try to clear that out. And I will also, I think I'm going to do a specialty skein like I did last year because I just had so much fun with it.
Yeah, those sold pretty well too.
And I had a lot of fun with just creating something that I wanted to without trying to like what was my inspiration? This was just birthday.
Colors.
All the colors. And it was fun, and it turned out to be a great colorway. So I think I'm going to do something similar. It's not going to be the same, but I'm going to do something similar this month, or in April.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's all. Yeah.
All right. So we are going to transition to life and books and watching. Are you watching anything? I don't watch TV, so.
No, although
I could talk about the podcast I'm like totally invested in.
I listened to half of it, and okay. So why don't we just start with podcasts then?
Okay. Well, I might kind of go with my book. Okay. We're going to talk about books. I'll let me go first because I binge read.
You know, I listened to Everyone in My Family Has Killed Someone, which was a hysterical murder mystery. I mean, it was kind of sad in some points, but it had a cute, a twist that I kind of figured, and then it had some other twists that I didn't figure out. But you can definitely sleuth along with that one. He'll give you.
It sounds really fun.
He gives you a lot of hints. So I listened to the audiobook and they definitely change wording in the book to match an audiobook. He goes, I know you're listening to this. But it is a first person. The author of the book is a author who writes how to write mystery novels. And he has always 10, he'll take all the things that other people have said about how to write a good mystery novel, and he kind of talks about them throughout his book, and he goes, yeah, I'm breaking the rule right now. Or like, it's really funny. There's a plot hole in the book, and it is like the way he addresses it is hysterical.
I might need to listen to
He gives you like he gave you a recap halfway through. He's like, well, if you haven't been following along that closely, let me retell you who all the characters are, what we've been doing so far. So I finished that up, which was really fun. So I'm listening to the second one because he has a second one that came out, I think, just last year. That's Everyone on This Train is a Suspect, which is what I started listening to and then realized that it's a sequel to the first one. Because it just looked interesting. I'm like, oh, okay.
It sounds, I want to.
It's along the lines of like Agatha Christie and kind of those types of novels.
Agatha Christie, though.
Mm-hmm.
And then there were none. I love it.
So it's been really enjoyable. I'm enjoying the second book where they like even like talks about the sequel, like breaking the fourth wall quite a bit. He's like, yeah, it's a sequel. So, you know, if you're expecting all the cast of characters that you already love, they're just not in this one. Yeah, I don't know. I like it. And then I'm also doing my tandem read of Empire of Storm and what's the other one?
Tower of Dawn.
Tower of Dawn.
By Sarah J. Maas.
Yep. So I never remember the names.
Throne of Glass series.
Yes, Throne of Glass. And then the other book that I was referencing, I have to pull up the name because I do not remember anything off the top of my head. Although I was looking for the physical copy because I actually wanted to read it, but they did not have it at the library. Benjamin Stevenson. So that is the author of the Everyone on This Train is a Suspect. And he tells you how many murders there are and what pages they're going to be on. Or like what chapters.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's a very interesting way to read a book.
I don't know if I like that. If like knowing.
Well, I'm not.
But I do like. So I am the type of reader. I will read the end of a book.
Well, so you read the end of the book. So who cares? Like, and I often forget. So he like references it. So you have this like, oh yeah,
you already told me this.
You already told me this. Someone's gonna die. But yeah, Throne of Glass. I still love Throne of Glass. It is probably one of my favorite series so far. I just like the characters a lot.
It's my favorite series.
And what else? Oh, still reading this Night Circus, only because it's still on my Kindle. I do not enjoy that book. I don't know why I keep reading it, but I need to finish it. No, I need to finish it.
Oh, okay. No, I get it.
I just...
Oh, never mind. I get it.
It's been months and I'm like, okay, another 2 pages here. Wait, what's going on again? I don't remember the author of that one.
She doesn't like it, so...
I don't like it. It's boring.
I did see it. So I saw a book that I wanted to read that I was like, oh, this sounds so cool. I think it's called Sanctuary in the Shadows.
Okay.
And it's about a magical circus.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
But I was reading the Goodreads reviews, the spoiler-free ones, and they're like, it does not have good reviews. Let me just put that up. A lot of people said like the plot to this sounded so good. I was so excited, and he barely spent any time in the magical circus.
Oh, that's disappointing.
Wow. Like maybe I won't read this then.
Oh,
because that's what I would
really
want.
sad.
But like it does not have good reviews.
Maybe that's why I don't like this one. Like, there's no circus right now.
Why? Like, why name it a circus then?
Like, maybe that is why I'm so sad. I wanted it to be in a circus, and they're like in the city and wandering around, and she has to learn her magic so that she can defeat this other guy with magic, but she doesn't really know why. It's her dad.
So is it more like Sorcerer's Apprentice type?
Maybe. I've never actually seen that movie.
I love that movie. It's Nicolas Cage, and I don't remember, but he's also the voice of Hiccup in How to Train Your Dragon.
Nicolas Cage? Oh no,
the other guy.
The other guy. Oh, that's okay. So I have seen bits and pieces of How to Train, or like of Sorcerer's Apprentice. I've haven't watched it myself, but recently my family started watching How to Train Your Dragon. We watched all 3 movies within a weekend. My husband really liked it.
I need to see the third one.
We rented it because he didn't know if he'd like it, and then he said it was still pretty good. Like, it was a solid movie. So the kids enjoyed it. Actually, Maddie was mad today because I was like, "Oh, we just rented the third one." Don't just buy them on Voodoo. It's like $20.
We share a Voodoo account. You should buy them on Voodoo.
Like, because I forget to log out. No,
it's linked to the Movies Anywhere account.
That's right. I have no idea what's on. I don't go on Voodoo very often.
I have Super Mario on Voodoo, but I could not link my Voodoo to our Movies Anywhere, which was really disappointing. Like, it says it's linked, but the movie isn't showing up.
Super Mario's on streaming now.
Yeah, it's on Netflix now.
It's on Netflix. I have Netflix and Peacock and Max and Disney.
Oh, the new Wonka movie's coming out on Friday on Max.
I'm gonna watch that one.
I want to watch it.
Maddie is really excited. So she bought the book, but we're like, can you read the book first? No.
They have all 3 of them on Max.
Oh yeah, they don't care for the second one. They really like the first one, and
I love Gene Wilder.
Jacqueline said that the new one is really good.
Okay,
but it's by the makers of Fantastic Beasts, so you just imagery. It's just gonna be pretty.
Yeah.
Like I don't care about the plot line. Like the magic's gonna be cool in that.
Oh, we can't watch it Friday. We have the kids' spring concert on Friday.
Oh, that's right.
Maybe Saturday night though.
Watch it. Get home from the sprinkle.
Yeah. All right. So books that I have read since we last recorded. I have read A Curse for True Love by Stephanie Garber. It was the 3rd in her Once Upon a Broken Heart series, and I love it. I love it. I love the whole series. The Ballad of Never After, which is the 2nd book, is my favorite, but I did enjoy the 3rd one as well. So
enjoying all 3 books, that's a shock.
Those were young adult books too. So nothing R-rated. Now the rest of the books.
There's nothing R-rated in my book either. He even says that. They allude to it at the very end.
I read adult books that I honestly, like some of them I just don't enjoy. Okay, so I read Gild, Glint, and Gleam, all by Raven Kennedy. It is part of the Plaid Prisoner series. It is a 6-book series, and I'm not gonna lie, after the 3rd one, I really like the ending of the 3rd one, but I'm just kind of done. The 2nd book was really good. The 1st one you just have to make it through because it's like the setup book. 2nd book, really, really good. The 3rd book, I did not enjoy. Why didn't I enjoy it? I don't know. I just didn't. I think the plot took too long. That was it.
Oh.
Because they set up the plot in the 2nd book, and then it just took way too long to flesh out in the 3rd book.
Gotcha.
And I think that's why I didn't enjoy it. Like, I was just like, I'm done with the story. Like, I'm ready for it to be over. And there's still 3 more books.
You kind of get bored with people's stories, though.
I do.
By book 3.
By book 3, I'm just done.
That's how you know Throne of Glass is really good, because
it was 8 and I still was not done. Okay. So I read those ones. I read Unravel Me and Ignite Me by Tahira Mafi.
I want to see what those look like.
They're really pretty. So this is the Shatter Me series. I've already read Shatter Me. I listened to these other 2 books because I did not enjoy Shatter Me. It's like a dystopian, almost like how did I describe it? Because it was so good. It was Divergent meets X-Men. They're very pretty covers, but I think it focused too much on the romance side.
Oh.
And I wanted more of the dystopian side.
Sure.
To like know what was going on. They just kind of breezed past the world building, and I wanted more world building in it. But I did listen to the other 2 books because I was hoping it got better. The other 2 books had better reviews than the first one.
Okay.
Unravel Me. That one, it was still neither here nor there for me. But I did enjoy Ignite Me.
Okay.
I did like that one. That's kind of where our main character comes into her own.
3 books for a main character to come to their own.
Yeah, where she's like finally embracing who she is and realizing her power. So, but yeah, 3 books in.
I don't know if I could handle that.
I think it was because my sister-in-law had mentioned that she had also started this series and she did not enjoy it either. So she's like, does it get better? And I'm like, I don't know. It's like, I will find out for you though, because why not? So I listened to those 2. And then I read Trial of the Sun Queen by Nisha J. Tooley. It's a version of Throne of Glass, and I love Throne of Glass.
So you can't copy it.
So it's the same kind of plot, except for in Throne of Glass, she's an assassin that is doing these trials to become the assassin to the king. And the Sun Queen's trials was she's a prisoner who they're alluding to in the book is, if you want to read it, spoiler, sorry. She is already royalty
Okay.
of another part, kind of very similar to Selena, where she's like a princess, but her parents were killed by the king. She's a prisoner.
That sounds really familiar.
Yeah. And then so she goes to these trials. She gets kidnapped out of the prison.
Wait.
To go compete to be the Sun Queen.
Okay, well then.
I love Throne of Glass. So if you've not read Throne of Glass,
you may enjoy this.
You may enjoy. I am reading the second book. That is my nighttime Kindle book because my physical books I can't read because I can't see. Can't see in the dark. And so I use my Kindle and I'm reading. So the second book is, I don't remember the name. Shoot.
Okay, I'll look it up.
It's something of the Aurora King.
Aurora.
Fate of the Aurora King, maybe. Is the second book. I am reading it because I didn't hate Trial of Sun Queen. It's just I've already read that book.
Yes, Rule of the Aurora King.
Rule of the Aurora King. So I think the last one is Fate of something. I just started it, so I have no feelings. But Trial of the Sun Queen. It's just I'm like I've already read this book, and I didn't even notice it. I was just like, oh, like it was neither here nor there. Like it was okay until I read Goodreads, and everyone's like, this is the Wish version of Throne of Glass. I'm like, I didn't think it was that bad. I didn't think it was
like Goodreads, like skews my opinions of books where I was like, oh, I love this book, and then I read the good reviews and I'm like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have.
But I was already like, I'm like, I don't know why I didn't like this book.
Oh, sure.
But I didn't care for it. And then they pointed out that it was Throne of Glass repackaged. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, so I was like, okay. Yeah. And then I was thinking through the pull-out line. I was like, yeah. All right. Other things I finished. I finished listening to Fourth Wing Part 2, the graphic audio by Rebecca Yarrow. I just love that book. That's all I can say about it. I just love it. I did like Fourth Wing better than Iron Flame because I felt the last half of Iron Flame was really, really rushed. And I wanted more information. I don't think you've read Iron Flame yet.
Nope. So, I need to finish.
No spoilers, but
my other book first.
I just felt like it was rushed. Apparently, the author also felt like it was rushed.
Makes me so sad.
I know.
Like
that she was pressured to like release something that like wasn't ready to be released. Like
just makes me mad.
Yeah. But again, I did enjoy it. I'm very excited. Third book, right now, the Goodreads says that it should be coming out in December.
Ooh,
I'm so excited.
Christmas.
Yeah. Currently reading now, obviously, The Rule of the Aurora King. Very, very slowly reading that one. It is on Kindle Unlimited. I am rereading ACOTAR because I am obsessed with the Fangirl Fantasy. Or the Fantasy Fangirl podcast. They are doing a deep dive into ACOTAR.
It is super deep.
It is so deep. I love ACOTAR, okay? I do. Again, by Sarah J. Maas. I've loved all of her books a lot, except for Crescent City. I'm neither here nor there in Crescent City.
I can't read Crescent City. It's so boring. I can't get it through the first couple chapters.
Yeah. Anyway, so I am currently doing a reread. So they do about 5 chapters a week where they then do a deep dive into those chapters. So I'm currently on I'm chapter 13. Okay, I forgot to read chapter 12 for this week. So I'll read it Saturday. It'll be chapter like 12 through I think 18 that I'll read. It's not a ton. I read fairly quickly. And I've already read this book.
Yeah, I don't feel a need to reread that.
You don't have to. If you've read it, you don't need to.
I'm listening to the podcast, and I'm enjoying the podcast. Very slowly listening to it.
They also do deep dives into Fourth Wing and Iron Flame, so I'm currently listening to the Fourth Wing deep dives as well. I'm listening to like one of those a day, and then ACOTAR on Mondays when they're released. I love ACOTAR. And I love them, and I will no longer call Tamlin anything other than Timmy Tam. He's not Timmy Tam.
Okay, then.
He's Timmy Tam now. They are hysterical. I love it.
They're funny.
So if you love it, if you want to go more in depth, because like you're just like you enjoyed the book. So I just read the book and I enjoyed it. But if you want to know more into the world and the foreshadowing, reading the first book again, you're like, huh.
Yeah, that's where I'm spending a lot of time going, huh, wow.
Yeah, so there is a lot of foreshadowing about the beginning of Mist and Fury, of him keeping her prisoner and locking her down, and all the red flags and his controlling nature.
Yeah, rereading it was a lot more obvious. Because I recently did my reread of that. Well, I re-listened to it with the graphic audio.
I was a Tamlin girl after the first book. I was like, yes, I love you.
And then you re-listen to it.
And you're like,
oh.
But then again, I have made poor decisions when it comes to controlling men and overlooking red flags. So.
And I also am obsessed with the Phantom of Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah.
I don't know. I probably still would have loved him.
I love Lucian though. First book Lucian is the best Lucian.
I agree. And then when he gets all
yeah.
Although I'm interested to see all that story. See the fantasy
fangirls.
They they've had some interesting theories of Elaine and how she's not just bred.
You need to go listen to the Spice and Papa Archeron and how he's connected to Prithian.
Oh, okay.
Because there's a theory out there. It's not confirmed.
Sure.
There's theories. Anyways, okay. So I'm reading that one, and then the physical book that I am reading, I am physically reading Akatar because I have the whole set. I'm also reading the third Crescent City book, House of Flame and Shadow. I just started it. I'm on chapter, I think, 7.
Is it any better? Nope. Okay.
It is. You just kind of dive into the action.
Okay.
Because of where the second book ends. But I have heard that the ending is not great. Oh, there's a big old bug on my light.
Oh, it is a big one.
I think it's just a lightning bug, but
I don't know what it is. We're in a basement.
I don't like bugs.
It's a basement.
Okay. Anyways, I would die. I would not last in my fantasy books because I don't like bugs. I don't like creatures. I would fall off the parapet. I would fall off the stairs.
Okay, so, for those of you who are at Fourth Wing, the other day we were at the park with the kids, and they have like this little balance beam that is pretty low to the ground, but it was super, super windy out, so I was like, I'm gonna see if I can do this. I did make it across. Granted, it was probably like this big, like not very long and very low to the ground. And I was like, I would die. I like texted her. I'm like, yep.
We were talking about it that morning. Like how far we would make it.
I'm dead. Although I mean, I'd probably make it farther. I could probably get up the stairs.
Like there's no railing on the stairs. I'd probably get dizzy and fall off the stairs.
So, like, how do you think Nesta made it down 10,000 stairs?
I'm pretty sure she had a railing, or at least a wall. She had a wall.
There's no railing though.
She wasn't gonna fall off of it.
I don't know. She could fall down. They mentioned that a couple times.
You know what? I feel like going down would be easier than getting back up.
I don't understand 10,000 flights of stairs.
I don't understand how. No, it's 10,000 steps. Okay. I don't understand how she didn't make it down. I feel like I would have made it down, but then getting back up, no.
No, I wouldn't. Unless you're like sitting on your butt and you're scooching yourself.
I mean, at some points I probably would, but I feel like I could make it down the stairs.
No, it's the pressure it's going to put on your top of your leg, your knee.
How else could you get down? What if you just sit down on your belly, like we just used to do? But I think there were stone steps. That probably
were stone because then she burns it.
Probably, yeah. Would not feel good. Anyway,
no, so I'd go on my butt and scooch down those.
I'm like, I wouldn't make it. Steps. I would not last. Honestly, I would probably go to the healer's quadrant anyways. I don't even think I would try. I'd be like, nope, no, thank you.
I'd go to scribe. Although I really want a dragon, so
I would want to, but I think I would end up just going to the healer's quadrant because I like to take care of people.
Dragon would probably eat me anyways. I'd die at threshing. If I made it across the parapet.
Listen, I would not even make it through the gauntlet.
Gauntlet! If I had enough trading, I think I could do. I mean, maybe when I was 18.
Making it up the chimney? They're 20. They're not 18. They're 20.
Okay, fine. When I was 20, I probably still could have done it better than I could now. Well,
anyways.
Although some days I do want to do American Ninja Warrior, and they're old.
I want to do
Oh, they have Beast Mode.
Is it Muddy Girl?
Tough Mudder? Yeah.
Yeah, I want to do one of those.
But there's that like Beast show on Netflix where they actually climbing in the Beast.
Beastmaster.
So maybe Gauntlet would be possible. There's enough things to train with now.
That's true. I mean, they could train on the gauntlet.
That's true. I'm saying that's a safer way to start your training is
Yes.
doing Beastmaster. Okay, guys, we're planning this out to go live in our fictional worlds.
Yeah, I would. Listen, I'm not a main character in my fictional worlds. I totally understand that. I'm probably I'm the bread. I'm the bread of the story.
No, you're not Elaine. You're not that boring.
I don't know. I would honestly probably be in the kitchen with.
No, you're probably gonna be the seer, like that crazy one. That just
I would
tells
be in the kitchen making sourdough. Let's be honest.
Yeah, you probably would be.
I would be in the kitchen. What is it? It's Caradwyn and.
Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking of. The waifs.
Yeah, that's where I am. I'd be with the wraiths in the kitchen. Yeah, I'm in lane. It's fine. I accept it because I'm also a little sassy, and I think she's got more. I think she's got more.
I think
coming.
so too. I think especially last book, there's a little bit more.
Well, I mean, okay, so they did point out. Well, someone pointed out, not fantasy fangirls. Like Elaine killed Hybern.
I know. Okay, so random.
We keep calling her bread.
Frustrating point.
She killed Hybern.
Okay, so yes, so book 3, you get that she killed Hybern, but Nessa takes all the credit for it because she's the one who like cut off his head. But I'm like every time I was listening, I was like, Elaine's the one who killed him.
Yeah,
I still think her personality itself is boring. Yes, she killed Hybern.
But so they do mention it in the first book that she is not all there. She is not fully aware of what is going on.
Yes, that's true.
She's kind of aloof, which I can be sometimes.
Nah, she goes past aloof. She
She
just
goes
lives in a lava land.
She is kind of in her
Like,
own
you have no
little
money. Stop.
I love how they make fun of her. They're like, you plant flowers. You know what else you can plant? Vegetables. Wheat. They can plant food. But I also think I think it is in there that Farah, apparently I pronounced her name wrong. I don't care. She was like was buying her seeds. Why were you not buying her food seeds?
Well, maybe because when you send an 8-year-old to do all the hunting, it'd be like sending Maddie out next year.
You
send Maddie out.
Listen, there's theories about her mom now too that I did not even think about. I totally wrote their mom off.
Well, because they're
like, what mother on her deathbed tells the 8-year-old to take care of the family?
It'd be like,
she was 8.
Yeah,
she's the youngest. She's at 8 years old,
having to take care of us.
Gosh, like an 8-year-old. How did she pick the 8-year-old over the 2 older sisters?
Than my daughter.
Yes. That she put that responsibility on her deathbed that said stay with the family and keep them together.
No.
To an 8-year-old. Okay.
No.
So people are saying like, oh, maybe she was a seer. Because the bone carver talks about, okay, we're getting too far into the lore.
Okay, just listen to that podcast.
Fantasy fangirls, go listen to it. I love them.
Because I now
They're
have
funny.
Lots of weird theories, and I like every time
I think I like them even more because they're around our age.
That's true.
They're, I think, 33 and 30.
Yeah, they mentioned it. I was like, oh, they're our age.
They're our age.
We're like the Wish version of them. I'm not as funny.
I'm not funny.
And I don't have that critical thinking.
And we also don't have good outlines.
I don't take any notes. This is my notes for anything.
All right.
Well, okay.
We went through a lot. Hopefully we will get together mid-March. That's going to be the goal, is mid-March, I think. And we keep trying, and then we end up doing once a month. I think once I have my baby, we're going to take May off. And then...
To get baby snuggles?
Yes. And then probably we'll be back in June. And then I think we're going to have to go down to once a month for a while.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I probably won't be making as much. You could, but I only have one. Like I live in a ranch, so true. my kids don't sleep.
That's true.
But it's also summer vacation.
It's true. They don't need to sleep.
But then they'd be bothering us. We'll lock ourselves in my bedroom
and sit on your bed.
We'll figure this out.
All right.
If you stayed this long, thank you. I don't know if I would have.
I wouldn't have. Although the fantasy, I mean, their podcast is interesting because it's all like
Well, they have like different
theories
sections
and things, and I like theories. But theirs was like an hour and 40 minutes, so I feel like we're doing okay.
Oh, the one that I'm gonna listen to tomorrow is 2.5 hours.
Okay, I don't got that kind of time, and I was listening at 1.5 speed. I don't also listen to things, and I often lose my headphones because I set them down and forget them.
So if you say the song, thank you so much. Please like, comment, and subscribe to our channel.
Yes.
It helps us out. We would love to grow this channel even more. And
This is fun.
yes.
We just spent 2 hours rambling.
Okay, so we had to re-record this episode because the one that we recorded last week, I could not make it work. I forgot to mention half the things.
I looked like I was.
She looked like she was
I was not feeling good, and
She
I
was,
was
like,
really tired
the entire time.
I
And
missed a face.
I tried to like, I was watching it when I was trying to like piece things together, and I'm like, I cannot make this
And
work.
I would just interject worse than I think I interjected way worse than I typically do.
Yeah. And like, it was just, it was incoherent. It did not
I was
work.
so tired. I'm not nearly as tired today.
I think we did a much better job today. This one will be posted because I need to get something up.
All right. Well,
So,
thank you for staying with us.
yes, we will be back in, I think, 2 weeks
We'll
with
see.
another
I have to
episode.
dye up my mark.
Yeah, so we have to be back in 2 weeks, okay?
May.
So 2 to 3 weeks,
April?
we will be
April
back.
comes next, guys.
So we will have her book club colorway, and we will have my birthday colorway. I will dye that up. I gotta figure out what I want to do. I honestly just might grab random dyes
That's what I do.
and just throw them in a pot and see what happens.
It'll be fun.
That would be fun. I think I know what I want to do. I definitely have something I'm leaning towards,
Okay.
but I'm also a little worried it might be too close to a book color.
Oh, well, that's your problem.
Whatever.
All
We'll make it
right,
work.
make it
All right.
work.
We will see you guys next time. Hit the notification bell, and then you will be notified when our next episode goes live, because we don't even know. It's just gonna be a surprise.
Surprise! We recorded today.
Also on Instagram, we are at Magically Dyed Yarns to stay up to date with the latest of what we are making.
That's also the easiest
Reading.
way to get a hold of us is if you message us on Instagram or Facebook, because I think it's connected now.
I don't know. I tried connecting it and I did it wrong. So
No, I think I fixed it. So, yes, then I'll respond back.
yes. Or if you feel the need, you can always email us. There are magicallydyedyarns@gmail.com.
Yep, we kept it very simple.
Yes. Everything's the same.
All right, it has been an hour and a half. It is almost 10. I think it's after 10.
I need to go home.
She needs to go home. I need to get pajamas on. It's bedtime.
Yes.
Okay, bye.
Bye.